I'm a loser, I'm a winner, I'm the sad one who's to say, I'm the faster, I'm the favorite, I'm the left out, run away. It's the wrong way you think today, what a chance you did take today. It's the madness your drive creates, what a chance you did waste today.
From the sunny coast of Daytona Beach, Florida, to the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia, the Right Lane Cup Series returns for its second race of Season 2 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This mile-and-a-half oval will test drivers' wits, their patience, and their tire saving. We have 42 cars jammed packed into this facility, and fans all raring and ready to see the 66 laps that will unfold here this afternoon. We'll go ahead and get your starting lineup here. Griffin Label McDermott got a good pole with Rhodes Gray to his outside. Gray had a struggle last season. Charles Sanford, your highest running Coca-Cola Series driver, is here in third. Looking back through the field, we have Ryan Griffin, the highest qualifying Honda, is in 11th. Another Coca-Cola Series driver, James Ellison, in row 10 with Lane Sanders. Looking back through here as well, we have J.D. Martin, row 7. He was your outside pole sitter last week at Daytona. Nick Reading is in row 11 with Peter Onjack, another Coke driver. There is your Daytona 500 winning rookie Alexander Rowe in row 13 with Alexander Phoenix, his teammate, in row 15. And looking back through the field, we have a couple of rookies in row 16. Vince Freeze, your champion. Jeffrey Vingay, your runner-up last season, in row 17. Luke Martin, another hotly anticipated rookie, in row 18. Looking back into the back of the field, the two Revolution Racing cars will start in the rear yet again due to technical difficulties, and your 40 NQs include Craig Newsom for the second week in a row, Stephen Colon, Joseph Shrigley, and Zachary Ponce. Let's go ahead and go trackside, get those commands, and we'll go ahead and fire up the engines and get started here in a moment.
Drivers, start your engine!
And with Griffin Lapel McDermott starting on pole, this is a much-needed momentum boost that that team needs. GLM had a great year last year, although he didn't win a race. He came close several times, and we'll see if he can do it. Of course, Rhodes Gray, another driver, I believe he was close to winning this race last year, but he ran out of gas near the end. So we're going to see which of these 42 drivers can win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway after 66 laps. The pace car is in. The 22 and the number 30 are going to bring us down to the restart zone. The green flag is being held. It is out, and we are getting underway here at Atlanta. The second race of the Right Lane Cup Series Season 2 is underway. Coming off of turn number 2, GLM pulls ahead of Charles Sanford. He got a good launch. Rhodes Gray did not get a good start. Jesse Turner's going to pull by for third. Julio Caesar's going to pull by for fourth. Gray is just trying to get that number 30 going. It looks like he's going to be able to coming out of turn number 4, but lap number 1 is going to be led by Griffin Lapel McDermott. The BetMGM Ford, that Vingay Saitomi Ford, having a good start to this race. Jesse Turner pulls to the inside. That's going to be 2 Fords in the top spot. It's going to allow Charles Sanford to try to slip in behind the number 94. Caesar, though, is going to jam it right in with Logan Cloud, another Lake Effect car, that Aflac Ford. A lot of Fords coming up to the front early on in this race. That's going to allow Griffin Lapel McDermott. He's going to pull and lead lap number 2. We're on lap number 3 now. Looking back through the top 10, there are a few cars trying to make this outside line work. Sanford is trying in that Busch Light Toyota, but you see there, Rhodes Gray has just been going backwards this entire race. He started on outside pole. Now he's outside the top 5, looking probably to fall outside of the top 10. He's got Ryan Griffin, that the highest running Honda, running up here. He's got a rookie in Aiden Smith alongside him now. Then there's Zachary Fitzwater. It's pulling alongside. Yeah, Gray is just having a miserable start to this race. He's saying the car is just not, he cannot get runs off the corner. The car is too tight. We're seeing up front now. Turner is trying to set up a charge to Griffin Lapel McDermott, but he is having a hungry Julio Caesar behind him. The 75 and the number 57, you see Ryan Reed, that colorful car. They are owned by your race leader, as a matter of fact, Griffin Lapel McDermott. He was a partial owner in that team, and you see one is getting driven way up high. Man, Ryan Griffin did not get a good corner entry, but that's allowing Luke Evans, the third Lake Effect car, to pull into the top 10. Imagine that. That ought to be amazing for that team. Looking back through the field here, we got a lot of tight racing back here. All around J.D. Martin and Zoe Bilson. Bilson did not have a good... We saw Bilson earlier, just outside the top 10, and now is falling back to 18th spot. Just looking back through here. Trying to get settled in right there. Looking back through here, the leaders are starting to cycle out a little bit. Turner got kicked to the outside line. Charles Sandra pulls to the inside. Julio Caesar continues his charge. He's up to second spot, started in 5th. That 75 might have something for the race leader here. Never mind. Here comes Charles Sanford to the inside. Sanford had a very quiet season last year. Had a strong start to the season in the 500. Now looking to get up here and win a race. Trying to win a race. Get Breeding Enterprises their first win of, if ever, actually. Breeding Starcom Enterprises does not win a race. So Sanford trying to set that benchmark and be the first driver to win for them. But here comes a pair of Lake Effect cars. That's Jesse Turner and his teammate Logan Cloud. Cloud has also been a driver with a very quiet season last year. It was pretty miserable after he won in dramatic fashion at Iowa almost 1 year ago, almost one season ago, next race at Iowa. But he is trying to start the year off strong. That Aflac Ford had some good runs ruined by mechanical faults and whatnot, but he's trying to run well here. He's in 4th, and Zachary Fitzwater, look at this. This Ford is very strong. The Wilson Security Ford has driven all the way up from outside the top 10. He's coming up right on Charles Sanford. He's on the back bumper of that Busch Light Toyota. Here he comes to the inside, and meanwhile, they have both run down your leader, Griffin Lapel McDermott. But GLM needs to try. If he can hold on to this lead as long as he can, he is up for a bonus. He already has a bonus point for leading a lap. You get another bonus point for leading the most laps. And GLM, if he can hold off and they continue to cycle leaders, maybe he could win this race. Fitzwater now, he looks like he's going to clear Sanford off of turn number 4. Sanford gets a little run, but Fitzwater clears. Looking back through here, Rhodes Gray is back in the top 10 as there is your 3rd place runner from Daytona, Lane Sanders, the Texaco Haviland Pontiac, looking into the top 5. RJ Bishop, we see him, he's passing Logan Cloud. Here, Dual 1 winner from Daytona, as a matter of fact, is right up here, trying everything he can do to get a good finish. Bishop has, in that team, that single car operation, they have really made a name for themselves as very solid, very clean drivers. You see, he tried to block off Derek Hamill, the 98, who had a very nasty run at Daytona. The Little Debbie's Honda trying to set himself back up for another good run. He's got Samuel England behind him, a rookie, Luke Martin, and a very midday for his teammate as well, Vince Freeze. Freeze, your champion last year, very uncharacteristically, is running about mid-pack. We usually see him up front. So maybe he's trying to build something up. Maybe they're trying to run it out to a pit stop. But there are 2 cars that I see that have fought their way up here. Asher Evil, the 99, Christian Vargas, the 00, the Revolution Racing cars. have fought to get up here. They started in the rear of the field, and they are now running both their cars inside the top 15. This is an incredible run for the pair of them. You see, Evelyn pulls to the inside. Imagine that. They both, like I said, they've started in the rear, and they've both been able to run the inside line. I would be concerned about their tires at this rate. But overall, a very good run for them. We've had a pass for the lead. We have a fight for the lead. We have a pass for the lead. Griffin Label McDermott and Zachary Fitzwater are now fighting. Two Fords, two rival companies out here fighting for the lead. Fitzwater will clear GLM and will take the lead, get a bonus point for himself. GLM, though, running a lane half lower, trying to get a little run in the corners, in and out of the corners. If they get side by side again, this would open the door for Lane Sanders, for Charles Sanford, for Logan Cloud, all these cars to get up here and try to win this race. Back around, I believe GLM led about 12, 13 laps, so if Fitzwater wants to get the most lap lead bonus, he needs to lead more than that. I hope nobody leads as many as those. And remember, last year at Atlanta, we had a good number of lead changes. A whole host of lead changes, and that allowed, I can't remember who got the bonus point last year, but there was about 6, 7, or 8 leaders, different leaders with about double-digit lead changes here at Atlanta, and maybe we're susceptible to see that again this year. But for now, Fitzwater has held off. He's pulling away from GLM. Sanford is pulling third from Lane Sanders' grasp. And we see Rhodes Gray back into the top 5 for the first time since the start of the race, as a matter of fact. He's getting pushed by a rookie. How about this showing from Luca Martin? The Red Bull Ford has now gotten up here, trying to pass the number 30. He's getting around Logan Cloud, the number 89. But for Martin, this is trying to get experience. They told his crew chief, Donnie Flay, told me in the pre-race that the whole point for Luke this season is to try to get as much experience as he can. But Luke has really impressed me, he said. He believes that he will be a star driver one of these days, and he's really showing his muscle here. He's about to, almost made contact with Lane Sanders. Lane would not appreciate another Ford giving him grief. Sanders falling back. Asher Evelyn is in the top 10. Evelyn's teammate, Christian Vargas, is almost in the top 10. And you believe out of turn 4? Yes, Vargas is in the top 10. This has been a run for the Revolution Racing cars from the back of the pack. If I were the rest of the field, I'd be incredibly worried. And the car we've just now noticed is Ryan Griffin. Griffin is the highest running Honda. He's got a teammate in J.D. Martin behind him. Ryan Griffin has struck me as a very quiet, reserved racer. He lets his actions speak for himself. I spoke to him before we started at Daytona. I asked him what he thought this new manufacturer change could bring to this organization. He told me, he said, Shane, I believe that this organization will be a successful one. That's why I chose to stay with them. And I asked him, do you believe you could win a race? He said, absolutely. If everything goes our way, I believe we will win 3 or 4 races as a team this year. Very high hopes for Ryan Griffin, and I'm sure he will very well appreciate the runs he's been getting. Honda had a really good qualifying run at Daytona last week, and a really good run here today. As of now, they have 2 cars in the top 10, 7th and 8th. You see Griffin trying to run a very high line. Something that we were told about, the line might migrate in the corners. As the run goes on, you're going to see drivers try to run higher and higher, try to get as much grip as they can. But up front, you see Luke Martin has gotten himself up to 3rd, but the Revolution cars are going to throw him aside. J.D. Martin is here, who had a really good run going last week. But the Revolution cars are now 3rd and 4th, setting their sights on Griffin Label McDermott to 22. But up front, it is Zachary Fitzwater leading the way. The Right Lane Cup Series Season 2, race 2 at Atlanta. We are 23 laps coming to complete lap 23. We will be right back after these short messages.
For every turn, a twist. For every start, an untimely finish. For every win, someone who loses it. For every number, a nation. For every celebration, a brawl. For every split second, years of work. For every heaven, a hell. For every good old boy, a good old girl. For every curse, a prayer. For every ounce of order, a jug of chaos. For every twist, there's a turn.
Okay, now, what do you do next?
Floor it?
Yes. No! No! Don't floor it!
Floor it?
No! No, no! Don't floor it!
Okay, floor it!
No!
Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Right Lane Cup Series Season 2, race number 2 at Atlanta. We are 28 laps into this event. Zachary Fitzwater has led the way since around lap number 14 when he passed Griffin Lapel McDermott. Fitzwater has now opened about a full second lead over J.D. Martin. Christian Vargas has moved into third with his teammate Asher Evelyn in fourth. Griffin Lapel McDermott has fallen to fifth. You have Ryan Griffin, Luke Martin, Alexander Phoenix has migrated up into the top 10. Then you have Rhodes Gray and your Daytona 500 winner, Alexander Rowe, rounding out your top 10. But the lead has started to shrink a little bit as Martin and Vargas, and you see there's the start of green flag pit stops. Zachary Fitzwater has brought his Wilson Security Ford down. I wonder if he's alone. We'll see here if he is alone. He is not. Griffin Lapel McDermott, the pole sitter, has brought his BetMGM Ford into the pits. This is starting a trend. I'm wondering if there's going to be a two-stopper. We've had crew chiefs tell us it's going to be very close if we don't have a caution, and we haven't had one yet. So GLM has pulled in down pit road. Ryan Reed had issues earlier while we were away. Reed blew a right front tire down the back straightaway, and he had to limp it back. That is bad news for the JDRF Dodge team. You also have the number 36 and of Henry Thomas. He had to pit. He had a flat tire right before we came back from break, so he'll be slightly off cycle. But as you can see, we have a whole host of race cars, some contact there. Very tight pit road Atlanta Motor Speedway has. And this is also a very big opportunity for guys trying to gain bonus points. You see Henry Thomas has moved right past Griffin Lapel McDermott. Zachary Fitzwater has pulled right on track, and man, Fitzwater has pulled on GLM. I wonder how this is going to look. Asher Evelyn was your leader. James Ellison will be leading the race now. See Ryan Griffin, he was also up there. He's in the pit lane. Looking back through here, there is Christian Vargas. He's going to pull right up on Henry Thomas. Thomas blows by him. But the thing about Henry Thomas is going to be off cycle by a few laps. This might seem good for him. They got the short run speed is going to be great on that 36. His tires are warm and he's pulling away from people. The fact is, in the long run, if we don't get a caution here before long, you see here, man, Vargas rode right up on him. Up front, Zachary Fitzwater is currently in the 16th position. There's James Ellison. He was your leader. He's going to be getting some bonus points. Looking back through here, cars coming off pit road. There's Kyle Schustrai, the rookie. Carson Green, Samuel England, Julio Caesar. Charles Sanford was running in the top 10. He is currently running in the 22nd position. A great fall off for that Busch Light team. There's his teammate Nick Breeding were up the road. Jesse Turner and Luke Evans, two teammates, they were running up close to the front as well. There's James Ellison pulling off pit road. He should have the best tires if this long run goes through. And he might even make it. Ellison might make it on gas. Their teams are worried about gas. Ellison ran it as long as he could. He ran it to lap 33. He might make it on fuel. But coming back up through here in the top 10, here is Jeffrey Finguy, your runner-up in points from last season. He's going by Ryan Griffin and Lane Sanders. Peter Onjak, a surprise. That has brought that Dodge up into the top 15. Onjak had a lot of controversy. Man, he drove Lane Sanders out of room. Finguy, oh my goodness. Finguy tried washing up on Jeffrey Finguy, and that sent Sanders up, and that's going to allow Alexander Phoenix to pick up several positions in that McDonald's Pontiac. But Peter Onjak had some controversy, some poor moves he made, brought out a late race caution in the Daytona 500 after merging back into traffic. Onjak hasn't really said anything during the week about it, said it was a racing mistake. He's going to keep his head down and try to bring that car, because currently they're on the cusp of not making races. They're not in the top 35 in owners' points. Trying to get good runs here and set themselves up for success. I mean, looking forward through the field, another car that has spring shot through into the top 10, that's Vince Freeze. Freeze has brought his car into the 8th position. Ryan Reed is now, I believe, 3 laps down. Absolute shame for them. They'll need several cautions if they're going to get the wave around. And you see Vince Freeze blows right past him. Up front, there's J.D. Martin, the highest running Honda in the field. He is in the 6th position, make that the 5th position. And your Daytona 500 winning rookie, Alexander Rowe, has been going on a press tour all across America. He showed up on Good Morning America. They asked him how that whole thing was. And that car, the 500 winning car, is going to be in Daytona until the start of next season. And a very big event for him, probably the biggest event of his racing career, winning that Daytona 500. We'll see how Rowe is handling the pressure. He's in 5th, so he's been doing really good for himself in the Coca-Cola Pontiac. Asher Evelyn, a winner last year, won IRP last year, running very strong in the number 99 Wawa Toyota. Griffin Label McDermott has moved back into the 3rd position. There's Christian Vargas. I remember we spoke to him during Daytona. He said that organization can and hopefully will win races, but they need to get themselves out of the problems of technical positions. That's the 2nd week in a row the pair of them have gone to the rear. And hopefully, Vargas in Revolution Racing and Asher Evelyn can figure out something to keep themselves from being so far behind. But Fitzwater has now opened a 2-second lead over Christian Vargas, but Vargas has company back there, as we saw. And Vargas, I do believe, pitted a lap or 2 after Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater and Griffin Lapel McDermott were the first 2 cars to pit. And you're seeing now the fall off. We're on lap 42, and the fall off is insane. We've run 9-10 laps. These two have run 9-10 laps on these tires, and they've already had half a second of fall off. And you see Asher Evelyn has spring past the number 22 and the 00 and has now gone to the 2nd position, trying to run down the number 59. But yeah, GLM is holding up Christian Vargas and number 10 of Alexander Rowe. Rowe, the rookie, to the inside of Vargas. And you see there, Evelyn has already cut 0.3 of a second off the race lead, trying to get that car up to victory lane. You see GLM is moving to the outside, trying to use that outside line to his advantage. Look way against the wall, seeing if that's going to be able to run off the corner. It is not. Rowe to third. Vargas trying to go to fourth while GLM stuck on the outside line. Vince Freeze is into the picture. The Flex Tools Ford, the champion, has tried, but man, GLM slew right to the bottom, trying to get back in line. Vince Freeze bowls even lower, trying to go next to the white line. He is trying everything he can do to get as many positions as we can, as Freeze the crew told Freeze that he cannot make it on gas. They will have to pit one more time. They think around lap 60, they'll have to splash and go. And if they can do that, I believe whoever pits first will win this race. The short run will be short enough where they're able to spring past the field. Freeze pulls up. He's going to be into the top 5. After a very uncharacteristically quiet Daytona 500, a very quiet race for Freeze, he's now in his element, trying to win another race. I believe this will be his third or fourth career win for Vince Freeze. Asher Evelyn, though, looking for Revolution Racing's 4th career win, 2nd career win, trying everything to get up to Zachary Fitzwater. Has already cut almost a second off of that 59's lead. Rowe the rookie has been on fire, trying everything he can do to get up here. And Fitzwater has to be sweating a little bit, knowing that he really hasn't been saving his stuff. Could he be saving his stuff? We don't know. But the fact is, he's got a trio of red cars in his mirror now with fresh tires, and they're cutting swaths into that lead. Before we're going to go ahead and get you one last commercial break, we'll get back to the racing action. The Right Lane Cup Series Season 2, Race 2 at Atlanta. We'll be right back in a moment.
During a 500-mile race, the Texaco Haviland race team will change the tires, replace the fuel, and adjust the suspension. But there's one thing engineered to go the distance: the oil. Haviland, race-proven protection.
You spend the day going in circles. When you earn the right to do one more, that's fuel for the soul.
The lead is now in danger. Zachary Fitzwater has had his lead cut down to 1/3 of a second. If you're joining us now, welcome to the Right Lane Cup Series Season 2, Race 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are now 15 laps from the finish. Zachary Fitzwater and Vince Freeze, 2 teammates, are 1-2, but they are all on top of each other. The top 5 is all here. The top 6 is all here. It's Fitzwater, Freeze, Eveland. You have Alexander Rowe, Griffin Lapel McDermott, and Christian Vargas all up in this fight. But Freeze is now in the lead. Fitzwater has clinched the most lap lead bonus. His teammate and boss, not his boss, his teammate Vince Freeze is now up into the race lead. Fitzwater now playing team owner, trying to block the 99 and the 10. The 10 looks even lower than the 99. The 10 might go 3 wide in the 1. Ooh, my goodness. Evelyn did not like Fitzwater blocking, show his displeasure. Fitzwater back to 4th. Now it is 4 red cars under a blanket. Rowe trying to get under Evelyn for 2nd spot. But Vince Freeze is trying to get away from Alexander Phoenix, doing everything he can do to get that team another win. We go through your field one last time. Said Freeze is your leader. Evelyn is 2nd. Rowe's 3rd. Fitzwater's 4th. GLM is holding on to his top 5 spot over Christian Vargas. JD Martin is 7th. Ryan Reed is running last currently after that issue early on. Then you have the highest running rookie in the field, well, the 2nd highest running rookie in the field, Luke Martin, the third Fitzwater Australia car. Doing solidly in the top 10, Alexander Phoenix is 9th, and Jeffrey Finguy rounds out your top 10. Then it's Taylor Frey, and then Peter Onjack, Derek Hamill, Ryan Griffin, and Lane Sanders round out your top 15. And Stun LaPrade, James Ellison, Mac Johnson, Nick Breeding, Chrome Lawson, another rookie, rounding out your top 20. Samuel England's 21st, and you have Julio Caesar 22nd. Kyle Schustride's 23rd. Charles Sanford's 24th. Jesse Turner, after his strong start, is in 25th. Then it's TJ Curtis, Luke Evans, Carson Green, the rookie, with RJ Bishop. And Ben McDonald is in it for a pit stop. Is he the only guy who's pitted? I don't know. But McDonald was on pit road a long time on that right side. I believe he has had an issue. Ben McDonald with an issue. Absolute shame for them. But man, lap 58 of 66, we have 7 laps to go. And Freeze is trying everything he can do. They're told Freeze he might have to pit around lap 60. We reported on that before the commercial break. Evelyn might have to pit even sooner, and that might give Evelyn the race. Looking back, the closest lap traffic Evelyn could use is Henry Thomas, all the way on the other end of the racetrack. But you'll notice Ryan Reed is, I believe, 5 laps down. Yes, Evelyn is 5, or Reed is 5 laps down, excuse me. Came down pit road for a scheduled pit stop. I believe he can make it to the end, but that will not help him. He'll be getting one of his laps back. I believe, like we said, Reed needed a caution. That never came. Looking back through here, we see Henry Thomas is 1 lap down. Ben McDonald with a problem was now 2 laps down in 41st. Right now, though, Evelyn has squared up on Vince Freeze. The 99 Wawa Toyota is here on Vince trying to get that number 9. We have had a pit car on pit road at Stanley Andrews. He couldn't make it. We are going to have green flag pit stops. I believe they're about to begin. Whichever one of these 2 cars pits first, I believe will win the race. Coming on the back straightaway, it's lap 61. We have 6 laps to go here at Atlanta. Here they both pit at the same time. We'll see who gets the better pit stop. Everyone is pitting. No, Taylor Frey is going to stay out and get a bonus point. There's Ellison. There's Mac Johnson. Ryan Griffin. Nick Breeding. Chrome Lawson stays out. Here's Freeze on pit road. We'll see how his pit stop is. Just a splash and go. Man, no, we hit Dun LaPrade on the way out. LaPrade with front end damage, and man, Evelyn is buried in other cars. This is going to hurt Evelyn. You see Vince Freeze. Freeze is going to get out first. Phoenix jumps the number 99. Evelyn had a horrible pit stop, but this is going to bring Vince Freeze out first. James Ellison is your race leader. Ellison, remember, he was able to stay out the longest. I believe he pitted exactly at halfway. So can James Ellison make it on fuel? We will see. Ellison has 3 laps to go. Freeze gets back by with the lead. I believe Ellison is the only car that could do it. Coming down the back straightaway. Let's see what Ellison can do this time. He gets in the draft of Vince Freeze. Ellison could not make it. He's coming down the pit lane. Now, if Ellison has the least amount of time to pit, if he can splash and go, he might be able to get off pit road easily. He's got only the 1 and the 45 on pit lane. So let's see. Ellison is on pit road. Suddenly, the Indiana Dimension team are in prime position to win. Let's see what he does. There's 75 coming down pit road. Ellison pulls out of pit lane. Logan Cloud. Let's see. Vince Freeze is coming out of turn number 4. Ellison is coming down pit lane. Let's see what Ellison can do. Can he get out? There goes Vince Freeze. Ellison could not jump him. Vince Freeze has taken the 2 laps to go. He has regained the race lead. Phoenix is second. Ellison is going to fall out of the top 5. Maybe not. Ellison comes back out on track. He's going to keep the 5th position. Coming back to the white flag, a topsy-turvy finish to this race. Vince Freeze takes the white flag. Final lap here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Vince Freeze, after a quiet Daytona 500, wanted to get himself back in racing form. It looks like he will do that. Upsets the hopes of Alexander Phoenix. Upsets Asher Evelyn. His own teammate gets the most lap led bonus. But coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be Vince Freeze, Flex Tools, Ford, and Fitzwater Australia Racing going to victory lane. Freeze wins at Atlanta. Absolute amazing job for them. Alexander Phoenix, the McDonald's team, gets a 2nd. Asher Evelyn gets 3rd after a heartbreaking pit stop. Ruins their chances. Zachary Fitzwater 4th. Ellison's big gamble did not pay off, but will get a top 5. J.D. Martin will get a 6th. GLM, your pole sitter, will get a 7th. Christian Vargas gets an 8th. Taylor Frey, a top 10 for that team. A very good run for the Angiato cars. And Lane Sanders will round out your top 10. But for Vince Freeze, he is heading off to victory lane. Congratulations to the number 9 Flex Seal Ford, the Right Lane Cup Series, winning the 2nd Right Lane Cup Series race of the season at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll get you your results here in a moment. Getting a look at your finishing results here. Congratulations again to Vince Freeze, the number 9 team, on a very clutch win here in the 2nd race of the season. Alexander Phoenix, the highest running Pontiac, his 2nd straight top 5 of the season will propel him to the points lead. Asher Evelyn recovered well for a 3rd place, as did Zachary Fitzwater in 4th, and Ellison's gamble paid off for a top 5. Looking down here, we have Griffin Lippel McDermott, your pole sitter, is 7th. Christian Vargas also started in the rear. He finished 8th. Taylor Frey and Lane Sanders round out your top 10. Jeffrey Finguy, runner-up last week, got an 11th place. Looking back through here, the highest running rookie is Chrome Lawson out of the Breeding Starcom camp. He finishes in 17th spot. Daytona 500 winning rookie Alexander Rowe ends up just inside the top 20. Looking back through here, some cars that were up front early and fell back. Luke Evans, there he is. Aiden Smith was up there as well. Charles Sanford started inside the top 5. His 34th place will not reflect the good run he was having. Peter Onjack likewise, and Logan Cloud. And back here we have our 2 cars that had issues, Ben McDonald and Ryan Reed. Thank you all so much for watching this race. This has been Shane Landers in the Right Lane Cup Series race. We will see you all next week. Goodbye.